Hi, Linda Kay here from lindakstampinpage.blogspot.com with my May 2021 video to the collab I'm in titled Craft Our Paper Stash Cards. This collab is hosted by Deb Hauk as well as Paige, who is Stamp Girl here on YouTube, and the purpose of this collab is simple. We go into our stash, get some papers that we've forgotten about, and create cards and share them with you here on YouTube on the 15th of every month. I always film ahead, so these are really my some more of my St. Patrick's Day cards. So this is March 6th really, but you'll be watching it on May 15th, but that's okay. You can either think of these as late or as early, but I'm going to show you the papers that I pulled out of my stash to create these St. Patrick's Day cards. First off, I pulled out some Anna Griffin paper that I had in my stash, and this is dated back to 2015. I don't know if that means that's when I bought it, but I have a lot of her papers from years ago, and I love her stuff, but I thought I'm going to use this paper. It's beautiful paper. It's just the one-sided, and her papers are pretty heavy, so I use this as a card base. And in addition, I pulled out this green basil paper I had in my stash. I know I bought this from Archivers. Yep, those were their stickers. So that tells you how long ago that was. And then I did pull out some mirror card by Crafter's Companion I had in my stash. And then in addition to the Anna Griffin paper, the designer paper, I pulled out some of her metallic papers. And I used a lot of those, whether it was the light gold, the dark gold, or the green. I did use Whisper White by Stampin' Up. That's retired. They now carry Classic White. And then I had this in my stash I purchased off of Hochanda. It's a brand called Pink Frog, and it's a heavy cardstock, and they were like 15 by 6 inches long, and so I just cut it down to 12 by 6, and they were my card base, and it's kind of a pearlized oyster on the front side, and on the inside it's just white. So those were the papers. I'm going to set those aside. And I did, if you watched my video back in March, my snarky one, you saw that I used this K & Company cardstock. I used it up because look what I threw away. Just this. I know I probably could use this for something, but it's going. So I used the K & Company paper, what I had left, for the envelopes for my cards. Inks, I used the Garden Green by Stampin' Up. For the dies, since I was in a Anna Griffin mode, I pulled out her all square dies. I've had these in my stash for some time and I've never used them, so I use this image right here or that die, to die cut the base of the card. And here you go. Here it is right here. And in addition, I did pull out the Valentine Doily die set by Anna Griffin. She always gives you these nice colorful suggestion sheets or whatever, and I used this heart right there for one of the, well, to create my shamrock. I did pull out the Sweet and Sassy hearts by Stampin' Up, and these are retired, and I used that little heart right there. And then for punches, I used the Heart Punch Duo pack, and I used the straight heart versus the scalloped heart, and I used this to create the stem of my shamrock. I also pulled out this retired Itty Bitty Heart Punch by Stampin' Up. I love these itty bitties. So I used that. Then I had to make my own envelopes. So, because they're 6 by 6, so I pulled out my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. Now I like this corner rounder, but I love this corner rounder they carry. So I tend to do my corners with this one right here. I stamped the inside of all my cards with this Sizzix Caitlin Lizardi And this is Celtic St. Patrick's Day stamp set. And I stamped this sentiment right here for the inside. To all the days here and after, may they be filled with blessings and laughter. I thought that was nice. So use that. And then for my only embellishment, I use the gold faceted gems, which are retired by Stampin' Up. So I'm going to set these items aside, and I'm going to show you the cards that I've created. And the envelopes. Now, I haven't really stamped the envelopes yet. I'm going to do that, but I wanted to kind of get this video done and my desk cleaned off. So here the cards are. Now, this isn't totally my own idea. I did see a card. I think it was on the Anna Griffin blog post, and theirs was all foil. Well, I didn't have a lot of the foils that this particular person had, and they made theirs into a 4-leaf clover, but I think shamrock's only 3. So I just layered it up, and here is the pink frog base, the Anna Griffin designer paper, Crafter's Companion mirror card, and then I cut out the shamrock or the heart in the metallic paper by Anna Griffin, and then I had to trace around it for the base because, believe it or not, and I have a lot of heart dies from a lot of different manufacturers, I could not find a heart to match this heart. I mean, they're all either too thin, too tall, too short, something that, you know, they could be close but not quite exact. So I just watched a movie, Little Women, and then I cut all my little hearts out. And then I just glued it on underneath this die cut, and then this is the sweet and sassy heart, and there's the punch. And then there's the faceted gem, and this is how the inside looked. Now, the inside on all the cards are pretty much the same, except if the pattern was going horizontal, then I put it up at the top. And if it's vertical, I put it over on the left-hand side. So I have 6 of these cards with the basil insert and the light metallic gold die cut. And here we go. And then I have this green here is not the basil. This is another metallic paper by Anna Griffin. And then here is the darker gold die cut for the heart with that metallic. And then I ran out of the metallic, so I just used scraps of the base paper for those hearts right there. And then here are my envelopes, and they're ready for me to stamp, but they're ready to get sent out. So I didn't line my envelopes because, again, I used designer series paper to make the card, or to make the envelopes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this version of my Craft Your Paper Stash cards. And I hope this inspires you to go into your stash, pull out some of that paper you're hoarding, create a card or two, and send it out into the world and make somebody smile. Well, I'm going to leave a link to all the other participants below so that you can head over to their channels and get even more inspiration. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. And you know what? If you hit that little notification button down there, you are assured of never missing another one of these marvelous videos. Well, I'll catch you next month. Bye.